Hey guys, my name is Pierre from Can Am Spyder Accessories.com and welcome to my shop. In today's video, we're going to be covering the installation process for these beautiful glove box decals that go on the RT Can Am Spyder. We have so many different models that we invite you to go directly on the website. There's a section in the RT Spyder section. It will say decals. You'll have for the glove box, and you'll also have for the rear trunk, which we're going to cover a little bit later on in another video. This is my 2014 RT Can Am Spyder. It's a base model, just an RT, not an RTS or an RT Limited. All models from 2010 all the way up to 2018 will all be the same for this. As you can see, I've had on my bike for the last couple of months the carbon fiber version, and people have always said, oh, black on black, but black on black looks amazing. It actually gives you like a two-tone effect, a little bit like the triple black series that they came out with a little while back. To be able to do this install video, I'm actually going to need to remove this here. So I'm also getting some questions about how, if it's dangerous to remove it, if the paint is going to come with it. Well, it won't, but here we go. We'll just run it through it. So I'm just going to pull on this here, get my nails underneath there, and it's been in the sun because we just came back from a road trip that took us all the way from Montreal to Tucson, Arizona. And it was really, really warm in Tucson, Arizona. So this was a good test for the decals. And if we want to take it off, what's actually going to happen. So I'm actually glad that we got to see the result. As you can see, none of the paint came off. Well, not on this side yet, so let's do the other side. Now the material for this carbon fiber is also 3M, the company 3M that we're using. We're actually using 3M for all our decals. We just think it's a better quality. And when we're referring to quality, when you talk about decals and vinyl like that, we're talking about the glue that's at the back, the way that it's evenly spread. And, you know, if you're getting something from China that's less quality, then that glue is not the same. So you're actually going to get some bubbles. And the bubbles, even if you take out the air and you try to push down on it, well, it's not going to stick back down because it's going to be missing some glue. So usually when we're referring to high quality products, we're talking about an even spread of the glue that's behind. Here we go. So we're going to clean this up to make sure there's no glue left on it. And at the same time, I'm going to show you what you're going to need for your installation. We're going to need a couple of things, and we're going to start off with some Windex. I've got some nice industrial size quality Windex here. So we're going to use that for the first pass that we're going to be cleaning. So Windex is going to be the first step. If you have a high quality, if you have some good microfiber cloth, this is going to do the job. If not, then you can use some paper towel, but I would rather you use one of these. And we're also going to need some rubbing alcohol, and this is going to be the last process we're going to apply to make sure that we clean properly. We take all the grease and the glue that could be there on that glove box. So simply apply some Windex to your microfiber. You want to go nice and slow and, you know, get your nose in there, get your eyes close to it, and try to take out any little bump that might be there. You know, if you have anything that's accumulated there on the surface, since this is a pretty smooth surface as we apply that, if you leave anything there, a little bit of dirt, well, it's actually going to show when you try to squeegee down, figure of speech, your decal. So you really want to make sure that you take the time. Preparation is everything here. You take the time to clean it well. Now, as I can see, I've got some little edge here because I already had a decal on there when I took it off, so I can see I have a little edge here. So I'm just going to use now my rubbing alcohol, which is an excellent product that, you know, will take away the glue. So we can, you know, sometimes it's in a spray bottle already, but here I have it in a regular bottle, so just putting a little bit there. put my bottle down here. All right, and here we go. So just go nice, do little circles here and just work at it gently to take off that ledge there, and I can see it's already coming off. I'm using 70% rubbing alcohol. If you have 99, that'll do as well, but I'm a warrior in life, so I always worry about everything, and I don't want to take away the paint or anything like that. So I use 70% rubbing alcohol. You may have to do it a second time or a third time, but I'd rather do that than have a product that's too strong on the paint, especially when I'm working on somebody else's bike. We were in Red Rock Spyder Rally in Utah, St. George a little while back, a couple of weeks ago, and I installed maybe 50 of these, and yeah, so far a couple of hundred have gone on the bikes, and the comments are really nice. People enjoy having a little bit of decal, a little bit of a personal touch on their bike, and at the same time you're getting that protection that you wanted on your glove box as you're going back and forth. I'm a big guy, so you know I can't always lift my leg like I should, and I tend to go across here and scuff it. So this is gonna help us. So all right, this will make my American friends very proud. So I'm gonna install one of these beautiful Home of the Free. Now we have a whole series for the POWs and the Army people, you know, that military service. So we have a whole bunch of these, and I'm going to install this one on my bike for now. All right, so as you do your installation, now this, when you put it on, we want to leave a gap right down the middle here. All right, all right, guys, if you see a little break in the video there and the angle change and it's not coherent, I had to stop the video there. We had a UPS delivery that came in with some merchandise. So unfortunately, I forgot to, you know, put a sign on the door. So here we go. As I was saying, when you want to do the installation of this, no matter what color the bike is, you want to try, unless you're trying to hide something that's already dead in the middle, but you want to try to leave 1/8 on each side of the center line this gives you. You know, as you have, you know, when you're sitting on a bike, you're looking on the left and right hand side, you're getting this line right down the middle. So you want to try to leave 1/8 on this side and 1/8 on that side, right down the middle. So that's going to give you almost like a 1/4 inch down the middle. It's going to look really nice. And you want to try as well to give yourself 1/8 here, 1/8 there, and 1/8 there. So the best ways, as you can see here, you can see by my stomach where I'm standing. All right, so as I'm looking down at it, and I can move this back and forth like this, as I'm doing that, it helps me line up right here. So since I've been doing this for a little while, I can move it back and forth because we're doing a dry application here. We're not doing a wet application. So, you know, I can line it up. I can see I've got about 1/8 there. I've got about my 1/8 at the bottom. So then I'll just go ahead and lay it down here and then work my way up like this. And I'm just using my fingers right now. I'm not even using a squeegee, as you can see, and it's already down there. All I have to do is get the little bubbles that might be there all the way out. And as I'm doing this, I'm actually using my thumb and fingers. If you go ahead and use a squeegee, well, or a credit card or anything else you may have, you'll want to put it like a cloth or a paper towel so you don't leave any scratches. But this is, I would say, by far the best way. So I'm almost like doing a massage on the decal here. And this is the good part. People say, well, Pierre, how hard it is it to put down? Now, you've done this quite a few times. Well, you can actually just pick it up and lay it back down when needed. And that's the beautiful part of this product right here. So it forgives if you didn't put it the way that you wanted to or you needed to. All right. So here we go for this side. I'm going to switch my camera around and I'm going to do the other side right now. Well, for the other side, it's not going to be that much harder actually. The way I do it, of course, I'm going to be lining myself up to get the same kind of spacing on this side that I got from the center to that side. So if you're 1/8, if you're 1/16, or whatever you ended up doing, then you want to try to repeat that on this side. And it's because it's a mirrage immer, it shouldn't create any problem. As I'm going to be laying this down, the first part that I'm going to be laying down is going to be this corner right here as I line it up here. So my line of sight is actually going down this way. So I'm right here next to the bike. I got my right hand up top, left hand here, and I'm holding it this way, and I'm holding it right here. And I want to try to use the point and put it down. Now, I would be right there against it. That's no good. But as I'm doing that, I can actually line myself up and just move here. And I'm lined up, and I'm comfortable with what I have here. I'm comfortable with where that is. But as I'm putting down, I'm seeing I got a little bit too much room here. So I'm going to play around with that a little bit more. So lined it up there, here, and here we go. Put that down here. So I'm nice and even here. I'm comfortable with what I have here. Now I can move this around here a little bit as I'm looking at this piece here. So I want to try to be nice and even as well here. So as I'm following the arch that it's given me, I can play a little bit around with where I need to drop it down. But if you're lined up here good and they're good, you let it fall where it may. Just like that. And here again, it's the same thing. You're just going to massage a little bit of it. If you're getting some bubbles underneath here and you want to lift it up, then you can take it and put it down. And this is a little bit like a tinted window. So as you leave this in the sun for the next, I'd say 24 to 48 hours, you may get a little bit of air bubbles, and they'll go out by themselves, or you'll just use a small needle and then just take the air out and then push it back down again. This looks really good on the black bikes because it's got the edges that have been blackened. So it almost looks like it's airbrushed into it there. But these look good on the blue bike, especially because you got the blues in there from the 2012 all the way 210, 212, and the 217, which is I think the same as the 210 and 211 that they had. You've got all those colors in there. So this came out really good on the blue bikes and also the black bikes. That was a quick video. That was very easy installation on level 1 to 10. It's probably like a 2, 2.5. It's forgivable, so if you lay it down and you have problems, you can actually pull it away. One of the things that you need to be careful, and I should have said at the start of the video though, and I'll say it in the description, you don't want to do this when the bike is really hot. So if that tank or the glove box is really warm because it's been sitting in the sun, you want to cool it down. You can use just a cloth with some ice water or some cold water on there and just bring the temperature down to about room temperature, about 70 degrees, because if you lay it down and you pick it up and it's really warm, it's actually going to stretch on you. So make sure that when you do this, it's been cooled down, or at least it's in the shade, and you'll have no problems whatsoever. So once again, we have a lot of them. We have the carbon fiber like this one here. We have the flag series with the American, Canadian flag, Australian flag, and a couple more: UK, Germany, Italy, Mexico. I think we have so far. We got like 7 of them, and we have the Quebec flag as well for my home province. All right, so thank you very much. This was live from my shop in Quebec. My name is Pierre, and this was for Can Am Spyder Accessories.com.